Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is 6:36 a.m. It is Sunday. It is the 14th of May. Son of a gun, 14th of May. Yay! Two things, well, a lot of things happening today. One of two things I wanted to mention, of which I can't even remember the second thing. Fibro for the win. But the first thing that's happening today is my sister is showing up at approximately 11:30. She's 4 years younger than me, so she's about 50. She's had a big family, and so that's good. She's got like 4 kids. She's married. She's been married to the same guy her whole life. Really cool thing. She's Mormon. She is an active Mormon. She's one of the wear the magic underwear type of Mormons, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. I can't complain. I and my wife were baptized Mormon in 2004. I am technically still a Mormon. That's right. I was baptized Christian 2004-ish approximately. So thumbs up on that. I think it was about 2004. My wife had been wondering and seeking and asking and looking around. She was saying, I know your spirituality is this way and my spirituality is this way, but considering the way my life is going, I've been thinking, can we look into something? And then, so we were casting about looking for various things, but then one day a traveling Mormon came to the door and said, can I talk to you about this? Nice enough fellow. We talked to him. Stuff started to make sense, and in just a few months we were baptized Mormon, and we moved here and we went to the Mormon church and everything was fine. But my wife is gone, and I'm the kind of person that I need constant reinforcement of, because I am out of sight, out of mind. I've been out of sight, out of mind my whole life. It's just been made worse by my alcoholism that's damaged my brain, made it worse by the fibro fog from fibromyalgia. Things are intensely out of sight, out of mind. I even forget I have a sister entirely. So yay, I'll be going, oh no, I'm an only child. And then someone will say, don't you have a sister? And I was like, oh yeah, I do. I got a sister. Yeah, I'm not an only child, I got a sister. And then on top of that, I gotta remember, not only that, since I've been 12, I've had 3 stepsisters that have not been a part of my family. But when I was 12, my mother married her current husband. He was 44, he's 80 something now. And there are 3, well, his 3 daughters are like 10 and 15 years older than I am, so never really had anything to do with them. They've always had their own lives, their own families, their own children. So I've had stepsisters, and I've got a sister, and she's traveling here from, I think it's Utah. She used to live in Vermont and moved to Utah because, hey, Mormons live in Utah, and she's an active Mormon. So she's showing up at 11:30 today. We're going to go out to lunch. She might have come to Shelton here before, back when my wife was alive and my wife and I first moved here, because I remember going to lunch with her, with my wife, and it must have been about that. So it's been like 10 years since I've seen her. I've talked to her on the phone and I talked to her on Facebook, so it's not like it's out of the blue, but she's had her own life. I mean, she has seizures and it's rough. She had pregnancy-induced diabetes, because that's one thing that can happen when you're pregnant. I mean, not only can you get pregnant and then all your teeth fall out, which happens, and it's not uncommon, it's just for whatever reason, boom, your teeth fall out because you're pregnant. But another thing that can happen is you become pregnant and boom, you become diabetic because of that. And then you're now a diabetic for the rest of your life. What's the reason? Was it you ate too much sugar, you did that, or your weight? Nope, because you were pregnant. Live with it. Oh, I have a huge appreciation for the female gender. 50% of our population, approximately. I mean, there's 10% of any population that is not strict, binary gendering. That's why I find it so irritating when people go, no, there's 2 genders. No, there's not. There is a range where 10% of the human race falls into it. We're not XX and XY. you have people out there that are just normal that are like XXX, XYX, XYY, YY. Our chromosomes are not just strict XXXY. And so you can't say, oh, you're chromosomally this, because no, our chromosomes are a mess. So our DNA does not tell the whole story, which I'll try and come back to something else that's happening in Washington State that is despicable, but I'll try and come back to that. So let's see, I've already forgotten mostly what I was talking about. So my sister's coming in. The other thing I wanted to say, oh yeah, Q&A. I announced, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I can't remember now, that I was going to have a Q&A. I want to have a Q&A. Send me your questions. So far, not going to have one because I've had one person ask questions. And I've had to tell them, I guess there's not going to be one because no one asked questions. Every time I say, hey, let's have a Q&A, nothing. I never get any responses back. Which is why I say occasionally, you know, I'm not a YouTube success story, because I'm not. I mean, I've got, what, 90,000 subscribers, and I say in video, hey, I'm going to have a Q&A, send me some questions, and then nothing. I mean, I don't expect a flood, but, you know, only one person saying, sure. And it's not like it's just, oh, you can be missed because it's on video. No, because I said on Facebook, hey, let's have questions. And on Twitter, let's have questions. On Google+, let's have questions. And the response has been, well, it's like throwing a rock into a deep pit. I didn't even hear the rock hit bottom. It just kept falling, and I haven't heard a thing except for one person. So I'm going to keep it open because she's going to be very unhappy. In fact, when I said no one's asked any questions at all, I'm going to have to like maybe do them in just a vlog and not a special thing. She was like, if I ask more questions, can you please do a Q&A? Please, for her, if not for me. You know, can you ask some questions so I can do a Q&A? I know there are some people out there that do want. People keep saying, yeah, periodically, not all the time. It's like every couple months someone will say, you should do a Q&A. And then I say, hey, I want to do a Q&A, everybody. And then silence. So I'd love to. I'd love to do that Q&A. I got it open. I want to do it. But I can't answer questions if nobody asks any. Remember, the hashtag AskINetGrandpa if you've got any questions or you'd like to ask any questions so I can do a Q&A for this subscriber who'd like to have her questions answered in an actual Q&A. Oh yeah, I do remember now. There is an initiative in Washington State because, you know, we've got some trans-friendly laws. I went to the post office and there were these, unfortunately, old people. I'm becoming an older person now and I am sickened by this sort of thing. But there was a big petition. They were saying, here, can you take a look? Can you sign the petition? And then the little sheet that came with it to try and explain what the rule was. They say, for the sake of the children, we want to make it so that you have to shower with your chromosomal sex. Not just who you identify with, but your chromosomal sex for the children. Because if a child is abused, she shouldn't have to, or he shouldn't have to go and shower with these other people that possibly abuse them. So please sign this so we can get rid of the trans-friendly laws. It's not for the children. Because they're saying for the sake of the children. Okay then, let's say it's a little girl who was abused by her father. Because traditionally, when men abuse children, they sexually abuse them. When women abuse children, they kill. That's the difference between the genders. Men sexually abuse children. Women kill children. Don't know why, but when you take a look at all the records, that's the difference in abuse. But if you take a look at that, you'll say, okay, this little girl was abused by her father. So we want to make sure she showers with people that are chromosomally female. Okay, so now she goes into a public shower. And then in comes someone who looks like her dad. No breasts. Beard. Bulky. It's a guy. You know, maybe they're not surgically altered between their legs. But it's a guy coming in to shower with her now. And what is she supposed to think? Because, hey, they're chromosomally female, aren't they? Oh, they're just showering with the chromosomally female. Yeah, a big, bulky, burly guy that they've got to shower with now. Yeah, that's family. That's friendly for the kids, isn't it? Or let's say that a woman abuses a child sexually, which statistically doesn't happen. They kill. But now, you know, this little boy who's terrified of his mother is going to go shower with a chromosomally male, including the male who's transitioned to female. So there's now a woman in there showering. That's not safe for the trans people no matter what. But that's not for the kids, because now the kid is being abused by this. This is not for the kids. The people are hiding behind the children to try and say, oh no, it's not hate, it's for the children. No, it's hate. There is nothing for children in this one. It is simply to say to trans people, no, you may identify as this, but screw you. So it's not a friendly law. Well, it's not even a law. The people making the petitions. I'm a friendly guy. I don't really have a lot to say negative about people, but when I've gone to the post office and they've said, can you sign these? I've just stopped and said, you are a terrible person. This is a terrible thing. You were the most worst people that I can believe, hiding your hate behind children, and then just crumpled their stuff up and walked away from them. Because I want to say a lot more, but I'm a nice person and I'm not going to just unleash on somebody. So, but that's my thoughts on that. And I don't like it. I don't like seeing that sort of thing. I am inclusive. I am for people. If it helps people, I like it. If it helps people get along and live and ease people through their life, I'm for it. That's my politics. I'm for it. If it's against people, if it makes some people's lives worse, if it actively says, okay, you're in the minority, so fuck you, then no, I don't like it. That's my politics. Those are my politics. I'm pro people. I am anti people. And that's, I am, you know, I'm pro LGBTQ+. I'm a bisexual man myself. I'm not a Republican, so I'm not, you know, closeted. You know, I'm not bi and then trying to go out and cause hate against bi people out there. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican. I don't do that. I'm a bisexual guy. I like bisexual positive things and the LGBTQ+ stuff. So thumbs up on that. And it's anything. I don't want to have stepping stones put in front of anyone. That's why I dislike all this crap going on, making anybody's life different just because they're in the minority. Oh, I hate injustice of all kinds, and that is a terrible, terrible injustice. So thumbs up. You now know my politics again. Thumbs up. And now what I'm going to do, I have called up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Now, if you have a YouTube account, you have a creator studio, and inside of your creator studio there's a community tab. Inside of the community tab they list your comments, your messages, your subscribers, stuff like that. I've just gone to the the comments one, because it lists every single comment you have in chronological order from the most recent on to back to about a year. So I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people because I want to show my appreciation for your having left me a comment. I want to thank you for leaving me comments. You get me out of my head and into the real world, interacting with people. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Now, whether it's a negative comment, positive comment, or a different comment, doesn't matter. I'm just thanking you for having left me a comment, whether you're wishing death upon me and my family, or think I'm a great guy, or just say, yes, you're a person and this was a video. They're all awesome comments. Thank you so very, very much. Now, I'm not reading them or answering them right now. After this video, I'm going to go back into the comments, read as many as I can, thumbs up every one that I read, answer as many as I can. I spend a lot of time in the comments, and it's awesome because you're all beautiful, wonderful people, and I love interacting with every single one of you. And if you'd like a shout out, please just down in the comments say, hey, I'd like a shout out. And if I catch it, you have a guaranteed shout out. In the past 24 hours, I didn't see a single shout out request, so such is life. Now, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm terrible at names. If I didn't know how to pronounce my own last name, I wouldn't be able to pronounce my own last name, and it is German. It's pronounced exactly the way it's spelled. Let's see if I can point in the right directions here. It would be like a R-O-E-B-E-N. Put it together, that's Robin. It's pronounced exactly the way it's spelled, but if I didn't know how to do that, like Jones or Chef Shay. So, number 1, we say Batman. Thank you very, very much. Cool name. Thank you very much. And the OK Gamer. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Cool name. Tyler Higginbotham. Son of a gun. Heck of a name. Thank you very, very much. It's probably your real name too, so son of a gun. Breaker Games. Thank you very, very much. And Old Man 1577. Son of a gun. Thank you very, very much. Cool name. And then there's Shane Gale. Thank you very, very much. And Dylan Bowers, again, you've gotten quite a few shout-outs now. Son of a gun. The more I recognize your name, the more likely it is my eye to stop and click when, you know, I'm going through the list. So, thumbs up. And then there is Secretly 365, son of a gun. Thank you very, very much. And Ash TXN, thank you very, very much. And then there is Evan McFleggan. I like that name. Thank you very, very much. Scrun13. Ooh, Scrun. That's interesting. That's kind of science fiction-y too. Thank you very, very much. And then there is Shretten Rosick. Thank you very, very much. Kyle Hill, son of a gun. I have a friend named Kyle. One of my sons is named Kyle, and there's a lot of Kyles I've noticed. And then there is Hating Me is Conforming. Thank you very, very much. Juicebox Heroes, son of a gun. I'm working with Juicebox Heroes to appear on their podcast and hopefully collaborate with some stuff coming up here in the future. Awesome. Thank you very, very much, all of you. And then there is Linda Weckstrom, and then the O has the umlauts over it, so I don't know how to pronounce that one. Sorry. And Tobias Vector, thank you very, very much. And then there is Mika Mach 5, son of a gun. Yay, Mika Mach 5. You don't comment a lot anymore lately. You do comment with little emojis and stuff. Is it that I'm just not coming up with the sort of stuff that you would comment on? Thank you for every comment you make. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And then there is Wrestle Talk News, son of a gun. Thank you very, very much. And then Andy Soraluce, S-O-R-A-L-U-C-E. I would say like Soraluce, but then I'm weird. And then there is NRB, thank you, A-N-A-R-B-E-E. So, son of a gun, thank you. And then there is, Razvan Andrai, the drug. Thank you very, very much. And then we have Crazius. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. And when we continue, there is Dennis Roberts. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. And Hannah Fry, H-A-N-A-F-R-E-I, son of a gun. Thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, we have Tayden Downing. Thank you very, very much. Absolutely every single one of you. It's quite awesome. You get me out of my head up here because it's not a very pretty mental landscape behind these eyes, between these ears. And you get me out of my there into the world, and it's an awesome thing. Oh my gosh, 18 minutes and change. Do I have time to quickly go through and say my greetings? I don't even have them open, so I doubt it. But here we go. I'm going to try it. Bom dia, dia di, dia guet, guten tag, año aseo, buenos dias, buna de manata, ohio, labri, labas ritas, kumusta, bonjourno, terahomokos, yoragel, bari luz, ni hao, kalimera, bonjour, mesa ol haley, boker top, jean dobry, labdien, dobre otro, dobre rano, bereda, privyet, merhaba, and of course, go forth and have the crack. Good food, good drink with good friends. If you'd like to hear a greeting in your home language, please just drop it in the comment section. I'll add it on in there. It'll be awesome. Nobody has added them or asked me to add theirs ever, literally ever, but if you could, please do. Thumbs up. I've got less than a minute left, so if you could check out my links down there, that would be awesome. You just click on Show More. They open right up. There's a whole bunch. GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Twitter, Facebook, and all that. Thank you so much to everybody who has donated. You're literally saving my life. Thank you so very, very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be awesome. I do appreciate all the positive validation for my existence that I can get. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be awesome, but only if you're down with it, of course. Pity subscriptions. They don't help me. They don't help you. They don't help. They help this little dried block of cheese, but they don't help anybody else. So, but if you're down with it, hope to keep you as a subscriber forever and ever and ever. I got 9 seconds left, so you take care. I got a reaction video coming up. I got a game video coming up. I got to go to lunch with my sister, so you take care, and I'll see you on the flip side.